Hello friends, welcome back to Gracefully Finesse Podcast. I'm Greg Archer, your host. It's always a joy to come into your life through my podcast. In this podcast, we cover a wide range of subjects from leadership and management, self-care and well-being, to wholeness, healing, spirituality, faith, love, and lots more. Please follow the podcast to ensure you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. And also, please do me a favor and share with your friends. Help me to increase the followership within the community. Before I get started, I want to thank you specially for being part of this show and this community. Thank you for letting me come into your home, your office, your car, or wherever you're listening from. I want to thank those who have taken time to write in or share testimonials on how the podcast have helped them in one way or the other. Additionally, many of you wrote in to check in with me to know why there were no new episodes in a while. Your words are heartwarming, and the testimonials are great encouragement and motivation for me to continue to do this. Thank you so much. I really love all of you. This week's episode is like I promised in the last episode, is part of the Stop and Start series. We'll be talking about procrastination. Does that word resonate with you? Are you challenged with procrastination? Are you trapped in the vicious cycle of procrastination? What is procrastination? I have the answers to all this. I have a few tips for you, simple tips that will help you overcome and break the vicious cycle, whether at work, in your personal life, especially for students. Please hang on for a deep dive into this subject. But before I delve into the topic, I would like to start with something funny. I heard about this kindergarten teacher who was trying to teach her students about self-esteem. She said to her class, "Anyone who thinks you are dumb should stand up." She didn't think anyone would stand up. She wanted to make her point on how no one is dumb. About that time, little Johnny stood up. She said, "Oh no, what am I going to say?" She spoke up and said, "Johnny, do you really feel that you're dumb? You're one of the smartest in this class." Johnny replied and said, "No, ma'am. I just stood up because I just hate to see you standing there all by yourself." Back to today's topic. Stop procrastinating. Again, this is part of the Stop and Start series. I will recommend, if you haven't listened to the introductory episode, I recommend that you take some time. It's about 15-20 minutes to listen to it. According to Wikipedia, procrastination, and I quote, "Procrastination is the act of unnecessarily and voluntarily delaying or postponing something despite knowing there will be a negative consequence for doing so." Unquote. A study of behavioral patterns suggests that procrastination is not unique to humans, but can also be observed in animals. Some experiments show clear evidence of procrastination among pigeons. Pigeons tend to choose complex but delayed tasks rather than an easy, a quick one. There are some other studies, of course, done on other animals that show tendencies of procrastination. So we're not alone. Procrastination is the act of delaying and postponing something that needs to be done. It can be delaying a task at work, or activity or work at home, or even homework, assignments for students, for some of you who are students. Procrastination is an action taken to delay an activity that could be performed now. Mind the word is an action, is an act. Why schedule tomorrow what you can do today? Someone rightly said, and I quote, "Yesterday is history, today is a gift, and tomorrow is a mystery." Again, yesterday is history, today is a gift, and tomorrow is a mystery. Today is the gift you have. Receive it and make the best of it. The present is the present you are given. And I'll say it differently. Now is the gift you are given. Tomorrow is a mystery. That's why it is called tomorrow, the day after today. Procrastination is delaying what should be done today for tomorrow. Procrastination in itself is like adding to your to-do list. It adds to your to-do list what you should do today, and you push it to do it tomorrow. It basically adds to the to-do list of tomorrow. And as we saw from the last episode, a long list of to-do activities intensifies the spin of life, which ultimately increases pressure, stress, and anxiety. I strongly recommend that you take some time and listen to the last episode if you haven't. So why procrastinate? Why do people procrastinate? We will come into that. We will touch on that briefly. But I want to say, don't pile up. Release the stuff for today now, so you can free the space for tomorrow. The opposite of procrastination is precastination. Precastination is the more like the inclination to complete tasks quickly for the sake of getting things done sooner rather than later. I personally call it nowcastination, doing it now and now. So friends, stop procrastinating on starting that new business, that new project, writing that book, developing the business idea. Your power is in the now. Tomorrow is not assured. So why put off your accomplishment today for tomorrow? Start procrastinating and start now castinating. Going a bit deeper, I want us to look at, kind of imagine a wheel or like a cycle. The procrastination wheel or cycle has 5 cardinal points. 1, you make excuses. And then 2, you put off the action, taking an action. So that's the procrastination. You say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. And then 3, you feel guilty for not taking action. And 4, you panic, you worry, panic, And sometimes, due to the pressure, you get stressed or become anxious. And the fifth cardinal point is you repeat it again. So until you break this cycle, then it continues to become like a vicious cycle that you go on and round and round and round. Of course, there are so many reasons people procrastinate. Depending on who you're speaking to or the school of thought, certain psychologists or specialists feel that the greater part of the reason for procrastinating is fear. But again, let me know if this is true for you. Send me a line, send me an email and tell me the main reason why you procrastinate. Most people do procrastinate due to fear. It could be fear to begin, fear to start something, fear to fail, fear of the outcome of the process, fear of criticism, fear of being judged. The list goes on and on. Fear of not being enough, or fear of not having enough, or having enough time. The list goes on. The risk you are afraid to take could be the one thing that changes your entire life. So why not take that risk? Why not step out and do it now? So my recommendation for you, my advice for you today is stop the procrastination and start procrastination. Like I would say, start the now-castination. Here are a few tips to overcome procrastination. And if most of the things I'm saying resonate with you, I would really love to hear from you why you feel you're procrastinating and what you do to address it. But here are a few tips that can help you. 1. Identify the main reason or the cause of your procrastination. Of course, like I said earlier, it is different for different people. There is even a cultural and social perspective to procrastination. For instance, students from both Western and non-Western cultures are found to exhibit academic procrastination for different reasons. It blew my mind when I read the details about that. So for instance, students from the Western cultures tend to procrastinate in order to avoid doing worse than they have done before, or failing to learn as much as they should have. Whereas students from non-Western cultures tend to procrastinate in order to avoid looking incompetent or demonstrating lack of ability in front of their peers. So you see it's different, different strokes for different folks. So for you, it might be different. The reason why you're procrastinating might be different from the reason why I procrastinate. So identifying that reason, like they say, identifying a problem is like, a problem half solved. So identify the main reason or cause of your procrastination. Number 2, finish your day before it starts. Sounds a bit odd, right? The best decision you make or you can make towards avoiding procrastination is to plan your days in advance. For example, every night before bed, I write down kind of a review of my plan for the next day, which include two cardinal things. One I call no matter what. So a list of two cardinal items. So A is no matter what item, and then B are the one big thing items. So the no matter what items, these are like non-negotiable daily habits, like exercise, my work, nature work, daily meditation, reading, prayers, things like that. And then the one big thing bucket include things like that needs to be done that day. That definitely needs to be done that day. This could be a big task. It could be a goal or a project that I need, to make progress on. Having the list and the planning becomes like a guardrail that helps you avoid procrastinating. As they say, when you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. So that list and plan and the planning behind it helps me to know exactly what I need to do, and I make sure it helps me make sure that I achieve those for that day. And then the next day you repeat again. Finish your day before it starts. Number 3, this might resonate with a lot of us that are listening. Optimize your environment by removing anything that distracts and that might hinder your work. So for me, they are the mobile devices, the mobile phone. So what I do is I turn off my phones and I remove them from my site, because if I can see them, I can always turn them on again to check one email or check one message. So basically what I do, I turn them off and take them to another room. Sometimes I take them to downstairs. So it will take me going down the stairs to get them. Does that resonate with you? Are your mobiles also a hindered, a distraction to you? So you know what you can do. Just muting them is not enough, because when you mute them, when messages come in, they flash and you see them. It's still a distraction. So just put them off, put them aside, and focus on what needs to be done, whether your studies or work. Number 4, reduce the number of decisions that you make throughout the day. This is very true about corporate workers as well as for students. Of course, for everyone, we all make decisions every day. So every decision we make or you make has an energy consequence. It takes away some energy from you. You may not notice it, you may not know it. Every little decision that you make, should I buy a croissant or should I buy bread rolls? Decisions up to that level, takes away energy, has energy consequences. So reduce the number of decisions you make through the day and preserve energy to use for what counts. Number 5, break your task into chunks and more manageable parts so that the mountain becomes a multiple of molehills. They are easy to climb. It's no longer a mountain in front of you, but it becomes like multiple molehills that are easy to climb. Number 6, don't focus so much on perfectionism. Instead, focus on being better. Take one step at a time. Honestly, for me, this is one of the reasons why I procrastinate, because I'm more or less close to a perfectionist. So I want whatever I do, I want ample opportunity, ample time to do it to perfection. But really, do not focus on getting stuff perfect. Instead, focus on being better. And the 7th point is stop giving excuses and waiting for the perfect moment to start your task or project. No more excuses. Actually, what helped me in this, with this was basically I put it on my computer, no more excuses for not doing what I need to do now. So every morning I read it, I saw it and I read it, and it also helped me. It was like a visual help. And number 8, again, there are so many other, tips. I just, chose this 8. And this number 8, I think, is also very important. Find someone who will help you be accountable and stay on track. It might be a colleague, it might be a friend at school, it might be even your boss, who have maybe assigned a project to you. Let them know that you have a problem with procrastination, and help them, let them be, I'll step back, let them help you be accountable so that you can stay on track. The world is awaiting your manifestation, friends. That idea, that invention, that business case that you're procrastinating, that unwritten book can come alive if you stop procrastinating and begin now to take actions. There's so much to talk about procrastination, but for time's sake, I like to keep these episodes short. For time's sake, I'll wrap it up there today. Be on the lookout for what is coming next. I hope that you've learned something from this episode of Gracefully Finesse Podcast. Please share with a friend. Please do share with a friend. And let me also know if this has been an addition to you, a positive addition to you, and an encouragement to you. Do let me know. Email me, contact me on Instagram. All the contact information can be seen in the episode description. Thank you for your time today. Until I come your way next time, stop procrastinating and start now castinating. And above all, stay healthy and do make it a great day.